Hey guys, it's Lefty, and I want to talk today about Wings of Redemption and Painkiller already. And I've been keeping my eye here and there on the comments of the Painkiller already upload on Woody's channel and on the PK subreddit, and I've been seeing what other people have been tweeting. And you know, I want to say this: you can react however you want. For those of you, I'll go check out PK on Woody's channel if you haven't seen it already. It's kind of like a prerequisite for this video if you want to watch. But I'm going to be talking about what happens in Painkiller already. So if you haven't watched it, you'll kind of be remiss. But I'll try to shorten it as best I can. I really suggest you go watch it and be patient with it too when you're watching it, because I think you really get to see a side of pretty much everybody on the show that you don't really normally get to see. And I think it's really interesting. I know a lot of people try to say, well, it drags on too long, et cetera, et cetera. I disagree. I think it's a really good look into the dynamic of friendships, especially forged over the internet, and you get to see a lot of how the different hosts interact with each other and how they want to accomplish certain goals. So I encourage you to go check it out. But suffice it to say, Wings was he was stubborn about people trying to help him with his weight loss. There were food, dietary issues that he was having, and that spawned a whole slew of problems regarding not wanting to do YouTube, and ultimately we arrived at a place where I think we can determine that Wings has depression issues. I think personally, I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor, psychologist. I just play one on YouTube. But again, I encourage all of you to go watch it. I want to encourage all of you. The reason I'm making this video is not to talk about Wings necessarily, but I want to talk to you, and I want you to try. You don't have to. Again, you can react to how Wings acted however you please. That's entirely up to you. I have no say in that. But before you do, before you get angry, before you get nasty, before you get vile, or even before you jump to his defense, I want you to try to understand something. That being vile, being hateful, being spiteful of Wings at this point isn't going to help. It's not. If you think that the idea of tough love, of some kind of shock will revitalize him and make him see the way or see the light or whatever it is, please understand that that's not going to help. It's just not. You may think it might. You may think, well, it worked with other people, or it works sometimes with other people. I think we've demonstrated that it's not going to work with Wings. It's only going to serve to further his depression, to further the things that he dislikes about himself, about his job. And it's not going to help anything. Calling him names, calling him a bitch, calling for him to be removed from the show, or calling for him to quit YouTube, all these things are not going to help. Unsubscribing, saying you're going to unsubscribe, threatening him with unsubscribing, saying that he's stealing money from the Indiegogo, which, by the way, some of you need to have a little talk about what a donation actually is. But saying all those things, threatening all these things, it's not going to help. It's just not. It's not. So keep that in mind when you watch the video, when you watch around and you see how Wings interacts. Understand that it's not going to help. If you then choose to still be vitriolic and nasty, well, okay, then we can have a discussion about that at a later point. But I think some people are going to try to take it upon themselves to help Wings, which is incredibly noble, and I thank you for doing that. That's awesome to see other people trying to help out my friend, but being nasty about it, trying to be that drill sergeant to, God damn it, pal, steers and queer, that kind of thing, it's not going to help. It's just going to make him clam up and not accomplish anything of real value, except maybe to serve your self-interest, to try to, maybe you got angry at Wings when you saw him being stubborn, or maybe you get angry when you see him being stubborn, and you got angry and you were like, why wouldn't he listen? Why wouldn't he listen? Why wouldn't he do this? Well, being nasty and angry and spiteful and threatening, they might satisfy that. But at that point, then understand that you're only serving you. And if you were originally so supportive of the idea of Wings doing this boot camp, and you were so happy to try to see him turn his life around, to at this point spin around 180 degrees and become angry and mean and visceral in your reaction, oh, I got to question, maybe those people are a little messed up. Maybe what's wrong? What is really motivating them if they were so happy to see Wings try to help himself, and then here comes a bump in the road, and all of a sudden they're so quick to just say nasty and awful things and try to really hurt a man who's obviously down. Kitty did a video called "Don't Give Up on Wings Just Yet," and I want to echo those thoughts. Don't give up, but also understand, if you want to help and you want to continue to help, being angry at Wings, being overtly angry at him in your interactions with him isn't going to help. Going onto Facebook to taunt him, going onto his videos to say nasty things, it's not going to help. It's just not. So when you continue, if you, not when you, but if you do that, then you're probably only serving your own interests and trying to settle whatever scores you think you have with Wings of Redemption. So consider that before you make your decision on where to go. And I encourage you not to give up on Wings. And if you do decide not to give up, then please try to understand that, again, these going about it in that way, just, it's not going to help. And you know what? I know we talked a lot about on PKA about, well, anybody can just say this isn't going to work, this isn't going to help, and you have to be one of those people that says, well, that's not going to work, and then this will work. I don't know what will work. I don't. I play a psychologist or psychiatrist on YouTube, but I don't really know. I don't know how to interact and engage someone on that level, or somebody that is that quick to just clam up and go into their shell and be stubborn. I don't know how to interact with them or how to engage them on a level to actually get them to do something that might better themselves. I don't know. But I think we've demonstrated that trying to shock him into doing something that will better himself or might better himself, maybe it won't even work. I don't know. Isn't that path probably isn't the best, and it's probably not going to work. So keep that in mind as you move forward. And thank you to everybody that watched PKA. I really hope you enjoyed. I want to circle back to something I said at the beginning of the video. I really liked that segment. I did. It pained me because Wings was being stubborn. I think we didn't get the closure that we wanted out of it, but it was really cool, I think, even going back and watching it today, to see everybody just the way to see so many people care about Wings and to devote so much time and effort and you know, energy to emotional and psychological and even physical energy in the case of Kyle and Kitty. I think it was really cool to see all that. So I encourage all of you to go check it out if you haven't already. But anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on this video. It does help me out. Subscribe if this is your first time here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out.